Out which games they were going to try to watch on TV and which ones they were going to try to get to in person. It's going to be fun.
It is fun, and it is a huge deal around the world, even if it's maybe not quite that big a deal in the United States. How big is the Cup? Well, it is the most watched sporting event in the world, and this year it makes its first ever visit to the United States.
7 for the U.S., and we are underway. Italy.
Am I excited? I'm delighted, actually.
The king of the sport is the soccer football.
Football, I call it football.
Football is what the rest of the world calls soccer. And to the rest of the world, soccer is more than just a sport.
Soccer in our country is like a disease. Everybody, we breathe soccer. Like everywhere you go, people play soccer.
I lived in South America for a while, and you can't escape it when you live outside of the U.S.
In the United States, soccer has never been given the importance of, say, basketball, football, or baseball.
I'm not sure that anyone really cares, unfortunately.
A recent Harris poll found that only 20% of Americans have even heard of the World Cup, let alone the rules of the game. To find out, we conducted a short quiz and enlisted the help of former professional player, youth coach, and World Cup spokesman Tom Mulroy. The first question, how many periods in a soccer game?
4.
4?
2.
There's 2 halves in a soccer game, 2 45-minute halves in a professional game or like in the World Cup.
The second question, how many players on a side?
14. 12.
I would guess about 9 to 11.
I have no idea. In a professional game or an adult game, there's 11 on each side. Sometimes that varies with the younger kids.
Between today and July 17th, 24 national teams will compete in 9 cities across the U.S. Worldwide, more than 31 billion viewers are expected to watch the matches. And by bringing the World Cup to the United States, organizers hope to attract more American fans.
Sometimes I talk with fathers and mothers, from a lot of kids who love soccer in the United States, American kids. And then their father said, "Tell what I should watch if I go to the game, if I go to the World Cup." I said, listen, if you go to Broadway to see the show, you must pay attention because you see the guy dancing, the guy singing. Soccer is like this, it's like ballet.
Professional soccer arrived on U.S. soil in the mid-'70s with Pele and his spectacular moves for the New York Cosmos. But as the league failed, so did soccer in the eyes of many Americans. Despite that, immigrants on our shores have never lost their passion for the sport.
They're very interesting. They like the game, Most of this community, like Greek, Italians, and they're fanatics about the World Cup.
I mean, I love soccer. I played soccer when I was a little baby, and I should have loved it. I'm excited, really.
I think I'll love it until I die. And now with the World Cup coming, that's my dream come true. I can die and it's over with. My dream came true.
Soccer's big new audience in America, though, is kids. 16 million boys and girls play soccer in the United States now, and guess what? That's more than baseball.
Baseball, when you just wait for the ball and swing. It's a boring game. Everybody participates in soccer.
Mom and dad take their son or daughter to a football game or an NBA game. But when it comes to soccer, the kid takes the mom or dad. The kid's sitting there going, they're going to play an offsides trap, Dad. Watch this offsides trap. The dad's like scratching his head, and the kid's walking dad through.
Run up!
It's for boys, it's for girls. If your feet reach the ground, you can play soccer.
Okay.
United States did qualify for a World Cup tournament. Odds are about 50-1 for the U.S. team to make the final games. So maybe the next generation will make America's mark on the World Cup. It's 5 minutes before the hour. Stay with us.
This morning's entertainment segment was sponsored by Sprint.
The World Cup gets underway at Giant Stadium tomorrow. Italy is playing Ireland, and here to preview the World Cup for us is soccer Tom Mulroy, the chief spokesman for the World Cup. It's good to see you, Tom.
Good morning. How you doing?
Now, as I mentioned, I was in Chicago over last weekend, and they seem to be making a lot more of a deal about the World Cup there than we are here.
Right. Well, I grew up here in New York, and the last couple of weeks I've been going from city to city. I've been in just about every one of the 9 cities. And it's not just Chicago. Most of the cities are making a big thing out of it. I think here in New York it's a big thing. There's a lot of people from all over the world that have come in to watch the games. I think just with so many different things happening, and it can only happen in this city, the Knicks, the Rangers, there are a lot of other things that are focusing away from the World Cup, but I'm sure after the parade today and after the Knicks parade when they have it, then it'll be back to soccer.
Like the way you think, Tom. What chance does the American team have?
Actually, we're a long shot. I honestly believe that we have a good chance to get to the second round. A lot of that will depend on how we do in our first game, which is Saturday in Detroit against Switzerland.
We're playing Switzerland?
We're playing Switzerland in the first round. We're also in a group with Colombia, which is right now one of the hottest teams in the world. But the top 2 teams in each group go through to the next round. So even if we don't come in first in our group, most of the experts are picking Colombia. We still have a good shot at that second spot. And from there, once you're in the playoffs, you're in the playoffs.
All right, now, you've come all dressed in your soccer outfit. You've got your ball with you. Give us an idea, if you would, if you can take your mic off there for a second. We won't be able to... Oh, let me help you out there. All right, we won't be able to hear you, but give us an idea of the kind of expertise we can see out in the Meadowlands tomorrow and, of course, around the country for the next few weeks. This is Tom Mulroy, Mr. Soccer. All right. That's dribbling.
American people aren't used to doing things without their hands.
I'm messing up my own mic here, Tom, as I'm trying to get out to you. It's an odd game for Americans who like to do things with their hands. You cannot touch the ball. People don't know that here. Some of them don't. Right, well, that's the kind of expertise we can see. Where did you pick up your soccer, Tom? You're from New York, aren't you?
Yeah, I grew up in the Bronx, and I went to high school in Rockland.
All right, they can't hear you, so come on back over here. And here, you can put your mic back on. That's very good, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I could do that myself. I just don't choose to do it right now. You grew up where?
I grew up in, when I was younger, I was in the Bronx, and then we moved up to Rockland County. So I grew up and learned to play soccer here in all of the local neighborhoods, the ethnic neighborhoods in Astoria with the Greeks, in Queens with the Spanish players, and that's where I learned. And then I played professional soccer for about 13 years, and now I'm out helping promote soccer through the World Cup.
I know, take a walk through Central Park these days, and you can see soccer games going on all over the place, and you would not see that 10 years ago.
Right. Oh, absolutely not. When I was growing up, I actually had to come in from Rockland County to find a game in the city, and now they're playing everywhere. I mean, there's 16 million kids across the country that have played.
Give us an educated guess as to who's going to win.
I would like to see a matchup like Brazil and Italy, because Brazil is such beautiful soccer. The American public would even appreciate how skillful they are.
That's a dream matchup, because, of course, Italy is not going to get that far, because they're going to lose to Ireland tomorrow. All right, the wish is father to the thought. All right, Tom Mulroy, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I also have a shirt from our U.S. national team that they asked me to give you. This is the same jersey that the team will be wearing on Saturday. So I want to wish you good luck. That's from Adidas and the national team.
Oh, thanks a million. That's a lovely shirt.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right. Is it worth more than $25? I can't take
certainly
it.
is. Certainly
okay.
is.
Well, then I'll have to, we'll work a deal. All right, Tom. Tom Mulroy, thanks very much. Larry Hoff is down at City Hall with a one-time Ranger great.